Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Real Estate with Ray here in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Going through our market report for the numbers of January 2025. So let's talk a little bit about our market and the exterior forces that dictate where we're at outside of just buyers and sellers in any market. Let's talk about the exterior forces first. If you look at the numbers last month in January, if you think about where those numbers came from, they typically come from 60 to 90 to even 120 days before. So if we look back and figure out exactly where that was, that we would put right squarely in the last quarter of last year. And what was going on during the last quarter of last year here in Orlando, Florida? We actually had a hurricane that came and barely missed us, which was great. That also, affects our numbers. Our buyers and sellers don't really like dealing with that. Also, we had a holiday, of course, and we have that holiday every year, and our numbers typically slide. It's something called seasonality. And the last thing is the biggest one. We had a very controversial election. And through that election, we saw a lot of people with uncertainty that were looking to maybe sell this year in 2025 and or to buy next year to figure out exactly who was going to end up sitting in that seat ultimately. Now here we are. We have the numbers for last month. Here's the numbers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a perspective, not just how they look, but how they look over the last 20 years. Okay. So if you look at our inventory today, as of January of 2025, our inventory is sitting at a little over 11,000. It's exactly at 11,697. That number is 16% higher than it was in just December. And what we figure is the people that at Christmas said, you know what, Ray, do you mind taking my house off the market for at least a month because I don't want to show it? That 1,500 folks, a lot of that came from people just not wanting to show you their house at Christmas. The sales dropped to 1,514 sales. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We haven't had a sales month that low since 2009. So we actually felt that election quite a bit. And that's a 12% drop year over year. Our median price, though, this is what is unusual. Our median price in January was the highest it's ever been. 375,000. That's a little bit up year over year, 4.2%. Now, this is what people always ask me as a realtor. Ray, is it still a good investment to buy residential real estate? Well, we had a sales month last month that was the lowest we've had since 2009, which wasn't good for sales. But even in that, folks still spent money. If you look at it, on average, our median price went up 4.2% year over year. So people don't mind spending the money on the house. There was less people spending money last quarter. Days on the market soared to 74 days on the market. That is very high for this time of the year, but this should be the highest month of the entire year due to that seasonality. Our months of supply are sitting a little higher than 7%, and we haven't seen it that high since 2010. So what do all these numbers mean? Well, this is what I would tell you based on me coming back from our national convention. We are going to have a very similar year to last year, but the difference is us being in Florida, we have 1,000 people moving to Florida every day. And that being the case, we will have a lot more transactions this year than last year. It's really a matter of if you're going to wait yet another year for the interest rates to come down. And based on the inflation numbers and what the Fed are saying, it doesn't sound like they're going to be cutting in interest rates anytime soon. There are a lot of programs out there like a 2-1 buy down or a 3-1 buy down that can get you interest rates in the 5s and maybe even the 4s. So talk to your realtor today. And if you like what you're hearing today, please feel free to like this post. Also subscribe to our channel so you can get the cutting edge numbers daily for the city of Orlando. And most of all, please leave some comments down below and we can go ahead and talk a little bit about what those mean to you. Have a great day. Take care.